This is the Peter Channel in Norton, Massachusetts. 48 degrees at 7 a.m. Good morning, everybody. It's time to have the morning news and the stories of Tuesday, March 31st, 2026. Hey, good morning to y'all. This lovely Tuesday morning, March 31st, 2026. 48 degrees at 7 a.m. Here are the headlines. And our top story at 7 is Kuwaiti tanker hit by Iranian drone attack in Dubai port. Latino Republicans in South Texas turn on Trump over birthright citizenship. Why U.S. targeted Iran's Isfahan with 900-kilogram bunker and buster bombs. What's behind Trump's 180-degree turn allowing Russia oil to Cuba? Women's NCAA tournament, UConn, UCLA, Texas, and South Carolina make Final Four. U.S. directs American embassies to wage campaign against foreign hostility with Musk's help. King Charles should meet Epstein victims, U.S. lawmaker said. Robert Kraft sex expedition of the 2026 Patriots. South Korea will remove the China-Taiwan label from its EU arrival system before administrative officials said Tuesday after Taiwan changed South Korea's name of protest. Seoul stocks dip over 4% amid escalated Middle East conflict. Korean air-to-air emergency management mode over soaring fuel costs. UN Human Rights Council adopts North Korea resolution. NATO forces have intercepted Iranian ballistic munition in Turkish airspace and defense alliance, and Ankara said. The man accused of attacking a Michigan synagogue earlier this month was motivated and inspired by Hezbollah's militant ideology, federal authority said. Trump administration sues Minnesota over transgender student-athlete policy. Organza-based wellness company founder sentenced to 9 years in prison. Police arrest Marina, California airport with explosive round and luggage. The U.S. Army said Monday that it launched an administrative review after Apache helicopters were performing a flyby of musician Kid Rock's Nashville estate over the weekend. In Plainville, the planned reconstruction of South Street Route 1A, that is a part of an overall plan to revitalize the downtown, is moving steadily. As South Coast Rail turns 1 year old, do neighbors have to live with the noise? Easton Museum to celebrate 30th Father's Day race. Pediatrician charged with child rape is back in court in Norwell. Take a look at stocks now, up 49.5 at 45, 216.14, S&P 500, 25.13 at 63.43.72, and NASDAQ down 153.72 at 2794.64. Peter Channel News Time, 7:03, time now for sports. Last night, the Norton Lancers girls lacrosse team got crushed by the Medfield Warriors. Last night, 20-3, Norton Lancers varsity baseball fell to Medfield 10-7 on the road, and the Norton Lancers softball team blanked the Medfield Warriors in Medfield 10-0 in women's college basketball tournament game. Texas 77, Michigan 41, and South Carolina 78, TCU 52. Major League Baseball action, the White Sox fall to the Houston Astros 8-1. In other Major League Baseball action, Kansas City Royals 3, Minnesota Twins 1, Texas Rangers 5, Baltimore Orioles 2, White Sox 9, Miami Marlins 4, Cincinnati Reds 2, Pittsburgh Pirates nothing, Washington Nationals 13, Philadelphia Phillies 2, Colorado Rockies 14, Toronto Blue Jays 5, Athletics 4, and Atlanta 4, Athletics nothing. Chicago Cubs 7, LA Angels 2. It's the Tampa Bay Rays 3, Milwaukee Brewers 2, New York Mets 4, St. Louis Cardinals 2. It's Seattle Mariners 2, New York Yankees 1, San Francisco Giants 3, San Diego Padres 2, Cleveland Indians 4, LA Dodgers 2, and Arizona Diamondbacks 9, Detroit Tigers 6. And the Celtics fall to the Atlanta Hawks 112-102. Miami Heat 119, Philadelphia 76ers 109, Phoenix Suns 131, Memphis Grizzlies 105, San Antonio Spurs 128, Chicago Bulls 114, Minnesota Timberwolves 124, Dallas Mavericks 94, Cleveland Cowboys 122, Utah Jazz 113, Oklahoma City Thunder 114, Detroit Pistons 110 in overtime, Midwest LA Lakers 120, Washington Wizards 101. In NHL action, Pittsburgh Penguins 8, New York Islanders 3, Colorado Avalanche 9, Calgary Flames 2, Bengals Golden Knights 4, Vancouver Canucks 2, Toronto Maple Leafs 5, Anaheim Ducks 4 in overtime, and San Jose Sharks 5, St. Louis Cardinals, St. Louis Blues 4. South Carolina in a 6th straight Final Four for the TCU. Bulls wave Garf Eddie after anti-gay comment. Lakers Riddick steps for Dr. to be NBA MVP. SGA on MVP China. He can let the game do his talking. Nature calls Edwards misses tip off in return. Yank go 5-5 at ABS challenges in Moon Erkton. Usually just ownership a group of Toronto Tempo. And tonight, Boston Bruins will be hosting the Dallas Stars at 7 o'clock in the Garden. Peter Chell News Time, 7:06, 51 degrees. Time now for traffic on this Tuesday morning. Beep, beep. MBTA Fairmount Line train 1603, 617 from substations operating 5:50 minutes basket between Four Quarters to for refill. And Foxborough Line train 1708, 5:57 a.m. from Foxborough operating 5:50 minutes basket between Talbot Avenue substation. And Fall River Line train 1906, 5:03 a.m. from Fall River Depot operating 5:15 minutes beyond schedule between Montel and South Station. Fitchburg Line train 402, 5:20 a.m. from Rochester operating 5:50 minutes beyond schedule between West Concord and North Station. Fitchburg Line train 406, 6 a.m. from Rochester operating 10-20 minutes beyond schedule between Air and North Station. Haven Line train 208, 5:27 a.m. from Maples operating 5:50 minutes basket between Lots and Off Station. And gonna take a look at the highways and byways zooming on this Tuesday morning, 95 on the southbound side. It's backed up between Protecta and downtown Providence, around Route 146 and 195. 95 northbound side back between that West Avenue curve, all the way down to Route 195 in Providence. 195 westbound side is back between the Washington Bridge, all the way down to downtown Providence. On westbound side, eastbound side, 195 is back between 95 Washington Bridge. 295 northbound side is backed up from Route 95 in Attleboro. And East Bay bridges all look good. Board Bridge to the southbound side, a little bit slow. Route 3 southbound backed up by the Sagamore Bridge. 20 to the northbound side, also the Borderie. 25 eastbound, also Route 6 and Bourne. 24 to the northbound side, it's back between 148 Total with it down to Route 485. Radom. 95 northbound side, it's back between 295 and Avenue down to Route 128 Canton area. 24 northbound side, it's back between Route 27 in Brockton all the way down to Route 128, Canton Stretch, Route 3, the northbound side, it's back between Derby Street and hanging on to the Breakthrough Split. And 128 to the northbound side, it's backed up by the Breakthrough Split all the way down to Route 135 in Needham. Pack eastbound side, it's back between Ashland all the way down to the Newton Quarter, and then hip again around the Prue Tunnel, and pack westbound side, back between the Old Airport down to South Boston South Expressway, it's backed up between the Breakthrough Split down to Dorchester. 93 southbound side, it's backed up between and over there to Boston, and 128 at the northbound side, it's back between Peabody Stretch, 128 southbound back between Lisbon over there to Burlington. 128 southbound back between Lincoln Stretch, Route 3 southbound also at 485 Lowell all the way down to Burlington. 495 southbound back between down to Overstretch, and 29 eastbound is back between 146 to Route 9 Webster. 84 eastbound side is back between Route 20 to Bass Bank. 84 eastbound side is back to down to Harvard, Connecticut. 28 northbound back to the Waterbury, Connecticut. Burr Parkway, it's backed up with Bridgeport down to Greenwich. 84 westbound also to Newtown Stretch. 85 southbound back between Bridgeport and Darien. And up and over the wing and out was all. Looking good. Here, chill news time. 7:09, 51 degrees. It's time now for a weather report. And possible thunderstorms early to the morning with a wavy frontal boundary will lead to a large swings in temperatures about midweek into the weekend with some several rain chances. As showers with brief time every downpours that possibly isolated thunderstorms likely impact the Tuesday morning commute. It's expected very sharp temperature gradient today with a secondary round of showers in the afternoon. Mild but unsettled period or later this week will bring some showers from time to time. Watch the mainstream Connecticut River for possible Mountain River flooding from Hartford by middle time this week. Showers with some brief heavy downpours and possible isolated thunderstorms likely impact the Tuesday morning commute. As continued tonight, a quick moving around and rain showers in the early morning hours of Tuesday as mid-level shortwave moves through latest model kind of seem to indicate a delayed arrival compared to early in the evening, thinking maybe more after sunrise instead of just before. Especially for eastern Massachusetts, still looks to be enough instability and possible pop rebel 2 if I'm potentially late in the morning, but probably is still quite low. HRF indicates around 10% so not everyone will see showers, but this morning, but some areas could see brief heavy downpours and the Tuesday morning could be likely to be impacted. Expect a very sharp temperature gradient Tuesday with a synchronous around the showers in the afternoon. I'll be starting to see a backdoor front harbored over the northern New England. Expected that to drop into South of New England later Tuesday's overnight model guidance that's solidified and indicated northeast Massachusetts Merrimack Valley could see that front drop found as early as midday or very early afternoon. Still some uncertainty now far southeast. The front will drop, which will make the temperature forecast very tricky with a 25-30 degree temperature difference and possibly along the boundary. Still thinking the northeast Massachusetts as a change in say in the low 50s and confidence in the low Connecticut Valley has reached into the low 70s as high as the front moves in. Temperature likely drop quickly into the low 40s, possibly up in 30s. Expect to see a few hours of dry after them. Morning's quick push of showers by confidence is increasing in the second round of showers and the possible thunderstorms developing later afternoon evening, especially across the interior with storms initially across upstate New York. The latest guidance seems split with some models continuing to indicate the low end. Severe possibly lingering into the southern New England and others keeping the convection in the Vermont and New Hampshire. Across its stability remains rather impressive. With plenty pockets of Cape Near 500 JKG scattered across the interior southern New England, we will continue to monitor in the morning, but the most likely scenario continues to be the few spots of wrinkling convection moving into the region. Moderate weather and settled pattern later this week, bringing showers from time to time. A subtropical wind is expected to bring it off East Coast later this week into the weekend, as while being true sets up near Great Lakes have resulted in the broad and moist southwest flow off the presence of frontal boundary usually gives it a look to the much of the period from Thursday to the weekend as it lifts north and southward from time to time. The weather forecast will probably appear that the more pessimistic will chances of the rain each day, while it is really likely these showers will be tied to passage of several weeks shortwave and position of the furthest of the meeting will wait all the time. Depending upon the exact location for the periods, at least right now for the same border days are ahead, especially over the weekend when the temperatures possibly reaches 70% double probabilities. Forecast reflects a bit of compromise right now, given uncertainty in the position of the will show temperatures that are a little cooler. Watch the mainstream Connecticut River for possible river flooding from Hartford by middle time this weekend. The combination of the rainfall and upstream snowmelt is expected to lead to the rise of the mainstream Connecticut River over the next several days, and the summer river forecast to show low chances of 30-40% from reaching minor flood along the lower Connecticut River from Hartford middle time this weekend. But that appears to be a higher end scenario right now. It's more likely that the river will rain with its banks, but we need to assess rainfall and snowmelt over the next couple of days to get a better sense of potential impacts. Okay, take a look at the radar. Shows some heavy rain showers headed towards the Providence area in about 20-25 minutes from now. And another heavy rain then around the western Vermont area and some rain, light rain west of Springfield and heavy rain right now. We'll back to the Putnam, Connecticut, and it's going to be headed towards the Providence area about 25-30 minutes an hour. Another batch of heavy rain from Plymouth all the way down to Boston and up into Lennon and Peabody. Okay, look at the forecast. It goes like this. Today, scattered showers, thunderstorm, patchy fog between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. But while skies got covered, mostly south covered, 70 degrees. West wind about 6 to 15 miles an hour, 28 miles an hour. Transpiration 50% and new perspective between the 10 quarters is possible. X amount of possible thunderstorms. And for tonight, scattered showers before 4 a.m. Mostly skies covered 49 degrees. East of about 5 to 8 miles covered southwest and up midnight. West skies 20 miles an hour, anticipation is 40% of new percent between the 10 quarters this possible from Wednesday. Shadow like May after 2 p.m. Mostly clouds about 69, low 36 degrees, south about 9 miles an hour, becoming to northwest after midnight. The afternoon anticipation is 70% of new percent between the 10 quarters this possible from Thursday. Check the shots, clouds about 42, low 36 degrees, the northwest about 9 miles an hour, societies, 20 miles an hour, anticipations. 30% Friday, mostly set clouds about 63, low 51 degrees, light November wind, giving southwest about 5 to 10 miles in the morning. West Coast high 21 miles per hour for Saturday, mostly clouds about 68, low 44 degrees, and west wind about 68 miles per hour coming to eastern afternoon for Sunday. Chester rain, mostly clouds about 68, low 44 degrees, and south about 7 to 10 miles per hour high 22 miles per hour. Chester range is 45% for Monday. Chester rain, mostly clouds about 54 degrees, and north force about 8 miles an hour. Chester range is 30%. Right now, north temperature standing at 51 degrees, light rain. And that's going to be it for our morning report on this March 31st, 2026 on a Tuesday morning. I'm here, Jay Wiggins. Say have a good morning, goodbye, attitude. Stay safe, be healthy, be well. Have a good day, and good morning. There we go.